Oh my goodness, everything seems to be working. InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you. You find I don't look at the camera, it's because I look at myself and sometimes I'm like, oh my God. But Tonya D here. Welcome to my daily snippet. It's Monday, August 2nd. I'm super stoked to be here. And is anyone else looking so excited for this Lionsgate portal? I just finished my Lionsgate new moon meditation. So you'll be able to find that in the corridor. It's truly my gift to you and for you with a lot of blessings there. The cosmic energy for today is like loving the creation, like working with creator as your co-creator. So we're moving to this next phase of our love story, or stage, I should say. But the elemental energy of the day, we have this yang water on the heavenly stem. It's called Ren, the day master, and the horse on the branch, which is actually yin fire. So there's still lots of this yin energy today. And the day master really needs some unrefined metal to support it or to bring it in as a resource. And the horse on the branch makes this person kind of warm, or kind of warms up the person. You know, if you think of like a big ocean, it needs some warming. Not a lot of steam there because it's yin fire, but it's actually raining here, which honestly is magical in so many ways. I still slept outside under my umbrella. Nature just has that magical, it's just magical in so many ways. So elementally, what I would say to ground into, or what element, I would say actually any element or elemental being for that matter, anything in nature. So a butterfly, a bird, an animal, like I have Diddy, the Wedame. But being that this is a water day master, if you muse about water, it can either nourish or deteriorate. You know, has anybody overwatered a plant? Woo! I know I have. Or your body. You know, I actually had a friend who drank too much water and overwatered her body. That is totally a thing. But again, water people communicate well. They have this ability. It's between gentleness and fear. That's kind of the energy of that element. Fear is also associated with our root center, our root chakra. But water is an elemental being. They're actually more straightforward. They visualize, you know, like how water flows, if you can do that. Water doesn't flow straightforward. Has a meandering path, so it's never straight. They have this soft, kind of more gentle, indirect way of interacting. You know, even when they move, a water person is kind of flowing. They have this emotional sensitivity, again, water, I think of the moon, to influence people. And they can also be influenced by the people around them and the environment. They actually unify others, which actually I think we need right now. So, you know, our world is not only on its side, but there's this discourse. So water people could create a bit of balance, you know, and this discourse in our world is kind of creating the chaos, or especially on the trust frequency or the boundary structure. That's actually Pluto just pulling out the rug from underneath us. And I haven't been watching the news. I just, you know, it cascades the frequency, you know. It's just the narrative. If it's not uplifting, I don't want to participate. So just a little muse there. But water with the unifying that it does, with the emotional energy, you know, it's like trusting your intuition and actually being flexible, and the perseverance actually to succeed. So whatever element that you're actually called to today, bring in that yang aspect, because we still have way too much inner energy going on. So if you are musing about writing a book, by all means write. If you're musing about running, go outside and run, or at least walk. I can't say I would run, but I would totally walk, you know. I admire the runners, I'm not going to lie, but it's just not something I want to do. The cosmic energy, so as we start this journey to this fabulous Lionsgate new moon, you know, it's like right on the cusp of it. Is anyone else feeling the excitement? Like, I am stoked. But this is like the godlike aspect that we all have, where we can ultimately create something out of nothing. So it's like this alchemizing force, an invisible force, the Jedi force, Yoda, just making the intangible tangible. So it's really like creating our cosmic soup to make this manifest with the creator. So muse about what it is that you want to see in the future, like set an intention, pour energy into it. When it feels complete, it then kind of merges and it sticks. It creates the cosmic glue all on its own. So it's like making a little sailboat and putting it in the stream to kind of float down the river or up the river. It doesn't really matter. We all carry a star inside of us, a star grid, a foundation of ultimate love from a space that if we allow it, it actually gets this contagious. It's contagious, containing in a good way. So it really is a holder, a space holder, a container of our own aspect of love. So even if you had a few trauma bubbles in your childhood experience, a failed love story, we all have not only the ability, but the capacity to fill up that chalice with more love than we actually ever imagined possible. It's the kind that actually makes you cry with joy or tears of joy, just that absolute gratefulness, the absolute love energy, the absolute light. And we all carry this power or force of this love creation. It's an aspect of the galactic universe, our own God Codex, the divine. Honestly, there's so many labels for kind of the same thing, but really pick one that resonates for you and also with you. And we have the ability to actually heal different chambers at the core of our love space, our heart center, the heart chakra. So I think Change Your Stars, I actually go into the heart centric and actually also uncover the secrets of the other world. I talk about the heart center and the different chambers in the heart, the high heart, middle heart, lower heart, and the chambers. But we are taking a journey of our personal love story, the one that resides inside of us, and literally bringing it out to our outer day-to-day reality. So we've been recalibrating our foundation, our thoughts, our emotional security, our interactions, our openness to receive, to actually receive instead of give for a change, and so much more. But today, we're going to put all of those little beings in our cosmic soup bowl as if they're really having this conversation at the galactic round table. So just imagine yourself, you're putting all of this juiciness of your love story, your personal love story, in this bowl. And, just watch how like different herbs bring different flavors and behaviors, creating your own personal cosmic love story soup. So just allowing kind of anything that is less than loving to really float away. Thoughts, keep them optimistic. Emotions that are only loving and nurturing to your inner soul sacred garden. And you want to keep your personal container clean of any toxic people or unhealthy situations, just smile and walk away, because we don't really want to corrupt the personal love story with anything less than where we ultimately want to be in our container. So, if that happens, we lose excitement. We lose the engine roaring, right? That's sometimes what happens. So today, we really want to give sacred space to what we are creating in our love story, our love narrative for ourselves, and then bring that to our day-to-day. We want to keep our mind out of the gutter, keep your inner star, that light inside of you, and just constant connection with our personal star grid. Hold the frequency until you really feel into it, into the consistency, the constant flow of that narrative. And just stay in the flow of gratitude. Feel blessed for anything and everything in your life, I usually place all things on my altar and just say something like, I place my absolute gratitude and blessings for all the lessons and teachings in my life, and shift the perspective. So when we put our energy into this cosmic love bowl or this pot, we already have the offering of love in our life in the flow, and it makes it easier to love ourselves a little bit more. So just pouring more love in that chalice and drink that love in from your own personal galactic heart. So it's like, it's like we're in between the old way of loving ourselves and the new way of loving ourselves. And we're just kind of remaining in the flow of the frequency of our love story. Keep it positive, constructive. You're in flow with Creator, creating this creation. So stay in the flow of the galactic love story, the divine frequency, the frequency to really be in your prime directive, your prime narrative. So you might feel like you're gently drifting through time and space. It's kind of like a time traveling kind of way, but just know like you're calm, you're confident, and your environment is actually enhanced. It's just radiating this harmony and this synthesized change. You're in the equilibrium of it. You're in the neutrality, just showing you how the two can actually work together, this change in synthesis. I want to say coherence, actually. Just enjoying being centered in the present moment, encouraging yourself to bloom in your day-to-day love story. So our sacral center is actually online today or activated. So orange or any shade of orange, from red orange to orange yellow, it's a creative and fertile color. So eat it, wear it. It's going to enrich the narrative, the creation, the creativity. So just even imagining yourself eating an orange, you can actually start salivating probably, but that would enrich your story. I eat vitamin C probably every day or most days. It's just kind of a funny thing I've done for quite a while. But the moon is in the early degrees of Gemini, so our thoughts are online. So we might be intellectualizing our emotional narrative, keep them optimistic, high vibe thought processor. I always think of a computer, how it processes the data. It's fascinating, really. The angelic beings that I'd actually call in today, we still have Raziel, mostly as a foundation in the Leo season. Leo is our heart. It's our heart center. It's the center of the sun, and we all have a sun. It's our gatekeeper. And in our natal chart, everybody has the sun somewhere in their natal chart. So that would be where you want to utilize this angelic being. It's also the house, Leo, the ruler of the house, wherever that is in your chart, not just your sun sign. So it's just kind of fun to bring that in. But besides Raziel, we could bring in Zadkiel. And some of these names are kind of hard to say, so I might be fluffing them up. But that's the righteousness of God. So what's great about this archangel is he assists us and helps us in forgiving. And through forgiveness, then we become, it creates this form of compassion for ourselves. It's just the act of reaching out to ourselves or reaching out to others and reducing their feelings or, the discomfort. And this archangel, this being, I like calling them angelic beings actually, but it just assists us in getting past those memories that are, not high vibe. They're discomforting. They make us feel bad. Any kind of painful emotions, those narratives. So if you need assistance with forgiveness, totally call in this archangel. Compassion. I think we need to be some compassion in not just for ourselves too, right? Chamuel's another one. He who sees God. So this is truly the bringer of inner peace by assisting through troubling times. So if you're on a quest for universal peace during times of trouble, it reminds me of the Beatles. Mother Mary, come to me. I think it's Let It Be. I'm not a great singer, but songs have been coming in quite lately. Just different songs. I had Elton John, one of his songs this morning. I couldn't remember right now, but I'm just kind of musing out loud. So yeah, the songs have been coming in quite frequently for me lately. But also today, I'm super stoked. I went with my shaman deck for the earth plane today. I know I'm moving through the universe, but it's my shaman oracle deck. That's the deck I used, and I pulled the staff. So the staff is this symbol of authority. I kind of imagine Merlin walking with his staff. The staff kind of assists us in taking the right action. It's the middle way. It maintains balance. So truly is a walking stick. And you can actually use it like a Merlin, summon nature to heal, summon the beings in nature. The staff, it's actually it's powerful. That's kind of what I would do and call that in. But it's actually, it's honoring or the remembering that we're just all important. Like everything is important and it has its place. Our inner authority should come from our deepest longing to serve. I actually mused about the inner authority through a divination group I'm a part of. So it's like weighing these polarities, the right path and all the possibilities, trusting our inner wisdom, taking a step forward with our heart space. So the staff is this uniting power in all things that appear to be ununited or untied. So it's this balance between will and surrender or forgiveness leading to passion, which so we're kind of at this delicate balance between these opposing forces. So it's the yin and the yang, the action, the non-action. There's no day without night, sun, moon, feminine, masculine. It's a balance between the two, right? Without wrong. So ultimately, it's a call to just initiate the correct action or take an action in correcting the narrative. So if you were to sit with your beliefs, are they limiting you at your core? Do we need to fix or repair them in any way? So it's just letting the staff or destiny take its course in this lovingly nudging way, like nudging us along. That's kind of what the staff means. Some different affirmations for today. Like, I am an aspect of the greater spirit. I am my own brilliance and my own unique essence. And my favorite would be I'm aligned with my own personal medicine. So, InShalla and Ashe, thanks for joining me today. And as always, I'll see you on the other side, or at least tomorrow.